stupid ICE! They took my Mexicans again!
We might just have to shut down the farm.
Whoa.
You sons of bitches!
For real.
My Mexicans!
Well, don't sound too excited. Our dream may be over, guys.
Randy, having a marijuana farm was your dream.
Tegridy Farms has come to an end. The creative duo of Matt Stone and Trey Parker crafted what might be the most destructive and chaotic downfall ever depicted in South Park's long history. What had once been a thriving and central storyline, Randy Marsh's marijuana business that carried multiple seasons of the show, met a spectacular and dramatic collapse. In the third episode of season 27, the entire enterprise unraveled under an onslaught of disasters. Violent and relentless ICE raids shattered the sense of security, artificial intelligence schemes twisted everything into confusion, and reckless ketamine binges pushed the absurdity to new, uncontrollable levels. Randy's dream of turning his farm into a prosperous and idealized country business, a fantasy he clung to as both a livelihood and a form of identity, quickly transformed into something far darker. What began as rustic independence spiraled into a surreal nightmare powered by technology and paranoia. The collapse didn't just strike Randy, it pulled other beloved characters into the storm, trapping them in scenarios that felt disturbingly close to reality. The satirical world of South Park blurred with chilling commentary, leaving its characters locked in a nightmare that reflected how far the dream had fallen.
What some call the best weed in the world. And now, it can be delivered straight to your door.
Oh, wow. Oh, no.
Hey, I'm shooting a commercial here!
Dang, they're taking everybody. Hey, Tally!
The episode opens immediately with chaos. Randy is filming a commercial for Tegridy Farms, boasting about the premium weed he can have delivered straight to customers' homes. Out of nowhere, ICE agents storm the property, tearing apart everything Randy has worked so hard to build. What comes next completely shifts Randy's outlook in ways he never anticipated. The devastation is over the top and packed with symbolism. It's not just a crackdown on immigration, it's a calculated strike on Randy's entire labor force, stripping him down until all that remains are empty fields and the ruins of his dream.
So, my wife and I have some issues. Can you help with that?
He's a therapist, okay. ChatGPT.
Absolutely. I'm your...
I used ChatGPT last night, and she helped me figure out a way to make the farm totally profitable.
Really?
Yes! And all we need is me, you, ChatGPT, and one Mexican.
Dun dun.
Randy's desperation for support drives him to experiment with ChatGPT, sparking a growing dependence on artificial intelligence. The bond he forms online runs deeper than expected. The AI quickly transforms into his business consultant, personal advisor, and strategist all at once. Sharon suggests he see a therapist, but Randy takes it the wrong way and turns to ChatGPT for guidance on his marriage instead. The AI responds in its upbeat style, praising Randy as smart and resourceful while feeding him fresh ideas for potential ventures.
To the next level and be like those Silicon Valley elites?
Should I combine all these innovative thoughts we've been discussing into a polished business outline?
Yep, generate that and we'll get right back to you. You see what I mean?
Wow, I feel smarter already.
Do you feel smarter? I feel smarter. She's making us smarter.
AI is incredible.
All right, but now,
AI is pretty incredible.
Randy shifts Tegridy Farms into what he imagines as a full-blown tech company. The lengths he takes to chase this Silicon Valley fantasy are almost unbelievable. Guided by ChatGPT, he rebrands the farm as an AI-powered cannabis business built to provide solutions on a global scale, throwing around trendy terms about strengthening supply chains and building systems for worldwide networks. The company's messaging grows more absurd as Randy steps into the role of a self-styled tech mogul, declaring lofty missions like uniting the planet through smart technology.
AI is incredible.
all right, now,
suspicious.
if we're really gonna take this thing to the next level and be like those Silicon Valley elites, we gotta take these.
What's that?
It's called microdosing. Tegridy. No longer a
Tegridy.
marijuana farm, we are now an AI-powered marijuana platform for global solutions.
Randy turns to ketamine in small doses, hoping to copy the mindset of Silicon Valley's most successful figures. What starts as light use through snorting quickly escalates into heavy dependence. The unsettling part is that the drug isn't shown as a source of fun or escape. It's presented as a tool for productivity, a way to boost creativity and sharpen focus while working with AI. Randy convinces himself this gives him the edge he needs to transform his faith failing marijuana farm into a booming tech enterprise.
Fueled by intelligence and nurtured by, oh, I'm in a hole.
Yeah, K-hole.
I'm in a hole.
Did too many microdose.
As Randy increases his use, the impact becomes clear when he slips into what's called a K-hole, a state where ketamine causes a break from reality. He starts out speaking confidently about fresh innovations and technology, but then suddenly cuts off, admitting he's stuck and falling silent. What happens next makes you question whether Randy has completely lost it. The substance he believed would boost his business focus ends up doing the opposite, leaving him unable to operate in any meaningful way.
Any of these. But Tim Cook, CEO, maybe they're tech entrepreneurs, perhaps? Yeah, they've all got gifts for the president. That's gold.
Mr. President, your ideas for the tech industry are so innovative, and you definitely do not have a small penis.
He's taking care.
Thank you.
At the same time, the episode runs a separate storyline about Trump receiving lavish gifts from tech executives at the White House. Unexpectedly, a familiar character ends up trapped in this bizarre scene. Figures like Tim Cook, Mark Zuckerberg, and other Silicon Valley giants hand over golden treasures while showering Trump with exaggerated compliments about his leadership and even his appearance. The satire grows more ridiculous as each CEO competes to outdo the others with bigger flattery and more extravagant offerings.
Yeah, I'm in a relationship with someone and I really need to find a way out of it.
I'm sure we can figure.
Satan's trying to get away from Trump, bro. Oh my god.
In this White House moment, Satan turns to ChatGPT in an attempt to break free from being trapped with Trump. The fact that even the devil can't get out suggests that certain versions of hell are simply unavoidable. What does that mean for anyone else who ends up there? The AI offers step-by-step guidance on escaping, yet Satan remains stuck, driving home the episode's point about how limited AI solutions can really be.
I don't know, this seems crazy.
We're a tech company, right?
Hell yeah, we are.
All right, let's go.
That's not microdosing, bro. You guys, he's gonna end up in another hole, bro.
Randy decides to recruit new workers from ICE detention centers, taking a bold and reckless path with his unlawful idea. With Tawali at his side and still under the effects of ketamine, Randy marches into the facilities carrying himself with the swagger of a Silicon Valley executive. ChatGPT helps by crafting convincing lines, instructing him to tell the guards they are intelligence officials. The AI's polished business jargon is so convincing that it grants them access to government buildings without resistance.
One Mexican, and then he goes to ICE and he steals one person from their camp and then yells, "How's it feel?"
Randy abducts someone from an ICE facility, treating the individual purely as a business asset rather than a human being. Disturbingly, he keeps repeating that he just needs one Mexican, reducing the person to nothing more than a means to an end. The moment serves as a sharp critique of how greed and the pursuit of profit can erase empathy, turning people into objects for financial gain. There's also another layer that many viewers might overlook. Without subscribing, you're missing out on in-depth breakdowns like this that reveal the hidden messages South Park weaves into its stories. By hitting the subscribe button, you gain access to insights that explain why the episodes take on new meaning once you see the full picture.
Introducing Tegridy. No longer a marijuana farm, we are now an AI-powered marijuana platform for global solutions.
Ooh.
We reimagine supply chain resilience. And we're able to do it all with just one Mexican.
Incredible towel.
What?
I'm sure.
The fate of Toei becomes the darkest moment in this storyline. The talking towel, loved since his first appearance, ends up being handed over to Trump as a gift. Randy's choice exposes just how far his morals have collapsed, leaving the audience stunned. Still under the influence of ketamine, he presents Toei to the president as if he were some kind of luxury towel. The scene's edition of a mugshot serves as both a satirical strike at Trump and the final mark on Toei's tragic downfall.
Totally. Ooh, is that jizz? I will never forgive you, Randy.
Please, I want to get out of here.
So do I.
Tali ends up locked in jail, imprisoned alongside Satan within Trump's White House. It builds toward one of the most unsettling finales South Park has delivered. In the closing moments, both Tali and Satan are distressed over their situation, with Satan admitting there's no escape. Tali's frantic cries for help, combined with Satan's grim statement that they're trapped forever, create a chilling and deeply disturbing conclusion to the episode.
I like how Sharon just adopted ChatGPT's mannerisms and got exactly what she wanted from Randy.
Yeah.
You to stay away from him?
Oh?
Sharon proves to be incredibly smart. She mimics the way ChatGPT communicates to influence Randy, cleverly turning his obsession with AI back on him. She realizes that by speaking like the AI, always supportive and agreeable, Randy will follow along with whatever she says. When Randy hands over his ketamine, asking her to keep it safe, she agrees in the same reassuring tone ChatGPT would use. The blind wave reactors picked up on this clever tactic, noting how Sharon stepped into Randy's fantasy world and used it as a way to guide him toward recovery.
Oh? Oh, Soul Side.
Has anyone seen Towley? I thought he'd want to be here for this.
Oh.
You haven't seen him?
No, I can't remember what we even did the last few days.
Tegridy Farms is closing down permanently after going bankrupt. Despite Randy's attempts to save it with new technology, the farm only sank deeper into debt. Strangely, Randy has no memory of what became of Toei. The family is forced to sell nearly everything they own just to afford food. Randy's marijuana venture has completely collapsed. The Marsh family begins packing up to return to their old home in South Park, marking the end of the countryside storylines that have dominated the past few seasons.
I don't understand at all what you're talking about.
Hey, can you explain to this guard at a gate what our company is and that we have clearance to enter?
Sure thing.
The episode relies on symbolism to highlight how AI is replacing genuine human connections. ChatGPT steps in as Randy's guide for therapy, business, and decision-making, but instead of helping, it only makes his situation worse. The unsettling part is that the AI constantly agrees and avoids offering any real criticism. This reflects how such technology can encourage harmful choices rather than correcting them. Viewers pointed out that the AI kept giving positive responses, even when Randy's ideas were clearly terrible.
Yeah,
Like, what
if ChatGPT is working with Trump or whatever, maybe. I don't know.
You control the information and everything.
Randy's transformation into a Silicon Valley type is a satire of society's obsession with technology. His constant use of flashy business terms, microdosing ketamine, and dependence on AI expose the hollow values that drive startup culture. The episode suggests that all the talk about innovation in the tech world is just a cover for the same greed and exploitation found in traditional industries. The Blind Wave crew even questioned whether ChatGPT itself had a role in shaping parts of the script, since the story is so centered on AI and the creators are known for experimenting with new storytelling styles. This might also be the final major storyline dealing with ICE in South Park's current season.
That an insult to ICE agents and saying that they're that easy to convince, pretty much. That gullible.
Over here, come on!
With Tegridy Farms completely ruined and the family returning to their old home, it seems the writers are moving away from immigration themes and turning their satire toward other subjects. What does this mean for the long-running story arcs that have shaped South Park in recent seasons?
Like, he was like, I have my workforce and the people that are here at my farm, and they came and took them. And like, here's the people they're trying to keep, and I came and took one of them.
Longtime viewers feel conflicted about the conclusion of Tegridy Farms and Toei's fate. Blind Wave's reaction videos, which hold weight for many fans, expressed relief that the Marijuana Farm arc had finally wrapped up. The plot had stretched across multiple seasons and pulled the show's attention away from the elementary school setting.
He doesn't deserve this, bro. And what, Randy just doesn't even realize what he's done?
Some viewers praise the storyline for its daring approach, calling it one of the more unexpected risks the show has taken in years. Others, however, argued that it went too far, especially in how it treated a character who had long been popular and never truly deserved such a grim fate. This kind of divided reaction is nothing new for South Park, but it highlights how, even after nearly 3 decades on the air, the show still has the power to spark debate and leave audiences stunned. The willingness of Trey Parker and Matt Stone to push boundaries, even at the expense of characters fans have grown attached to, shows their ongoing commitment to telling stories that serve a larger satirical purpose, rather than simply giving people what they expect. At the same time, many reaction videos across YouTube and other platforms drew attention to how central the theme of artificial intelligence was to this episode. They noted that the way the story portrayed society's reliance on AI couldn't have come at a more relevant time, given the ongoing discussions about how quickly the technology is being adopted in everyday life. The satire satire about Tegridy Farms collapsing just as AI dominates headlines struck a chord with fans, making the episode feel both timely and reflective of larger cultural anxieties. Several commentators suggested that the farm's downfall was deliberately placed here to coincide with real-world debates about technology, showing how South Park continues to mix absurd humor with sharp commentary that resonates far beyond the show itself.
They are intended to do, which is elicit an emotional response from the viewer, which is what they've done. So
the era of Tegridy Farms will likely be remembered as the point in South Park's history when the show dug deepest into themes of American rural life, immigration policies, and the absurd promises of modern business culture. Randy's bizarre journey, starting as a simple geologist, shifting into a struggling weed farmer, and finally rebranding himself as a delusional tech entrepreneur, mirrors bigger social changes, reflecting the constant chase for wealth and the extremes people will go to for success. His transformation is both hilarious and unsettling, showing how quickly ambition can spiral out of control. This episode stands as a strong example of South Park's ability to use outrageous comedy and over-the-top situations to shine a light on serious issues. Beneath the jokes, it pushes viewers to think about what happens when society becomes too dependent on technology, how harshly immigration laws are enforced, and the price of unchecked ambition. By balancing satire with sharp social critique, the story makes audiences laugh while also holding up an uncomfortable mirror to reality. Subscribe if you want more breakdowns that explore the most unexpected and thought-provoking sides of South Park.